So controversies of racism and the future dynamics of fan interactions at NBA games is now circling around the NBA and NBA star Kyrie Irving over the past couple of days after this happened at the end of their victory against the Boston Celtics. Take a look.
With fans crossing the line, somebody tossed a water bottle and it nearly hit Kyrie as he was walking to the tunnel. Tyler Johnson noticed it. And the net.
This then prompted Kyrie Irving to have this press conference where he talked about underlying racism in the country and in the sport. Take a listen.
Not throwing tomatoes and
Hey, Kyrie, obviously there's been a lot of conversation about fan interaction with players, and then there was an instance tonight. I'm just wondering what you think can be done to prevent these interactions from happening in the future.
It's unfortunate, that sports has come to a lot of this, kind of crossroads where you're seeing a lot of old ways come up. It's been that way in history in terms of entertainment, performers, and sports for a long period of time, of just underlying racism and just treating people like they're in a human zoo. Throwing stuff at people, saying things. There's a certain point where it just gets to be too much. So, I called it out. I just wanted to keep it strictly basketball, and then you just see that people just feel very entitled out here. They pay for the tickets, great. I'm grateful that they're coming in to watch a great performance, but it's just, we're not at the theater. We're not throwing tomatoes and other random stuff at the people that are performing. It's too much. And it's a reflection on, us as a whole when you have fans acting like that. So, hopefully people learn their lessons from being banned for however many years of being arrested, but, there's always going to be an occasion. So
now, is this underlining racism, or this is just a direct result of your actions to go out of your way to antagonize the Boston Celtic fans with a very disrespectful or prickish action just moments before the bottle throwing incident? Take a look. So if you took a look or were able to catch what he did, I'll replay it real quick. Look, he's coming out to the court after having not been on the court. He wasn't even playing at the time. He was on the sideline as his teammates were getting off the court to end the game. He makes his way onto the court, and if you look at his foot, what he's about to do, he goes to the center of the court and nicely stomps on the face of the Boston Celtic logo, a athlete named Lucky.
126. The Celtics are 126. 126. The Celtics.
Just as he's walking off, he literally goes back on and stomps on the face of Lucky, unnecessarily disrespectful, unnecessarily called for. That's what happened literally moments before the bottle was thrown at him as he was exiting the arena. So what you have is Kyrie Irving going out of his way to really royally piss off the Boston Celtics fans and the Boston Celtics legacy by walking onto a court he wasn't even on to stomp on the face of the Boston Celtic pride and joy, the logo, Lucky, and then walk off. And then moments later, seconds later, that's when the water bottle was thrown his way. You pissed them off. There was no racism behind the throw. They weren't throwing the bottle at you because you were black. They were throwing the bottle at you because you disrespected their logo in the not the most egregious of ways. There were other things he could have done, I guess. But that was the only thing that he could do without catching any fines or suspensions. It was about as far as you can, I guess you can say, legally go within the confines of the rules of the game to disrespect the team unnecessarily. I hate it when people feign racism when there isn't any. It's like they're cheapening the word the more that they overuse it. Problem is, you're probably dealing with a generation that's taken the abuse of the word, the abusive usage of the word, to the point where they're seeing literally racism everywhere. even if they're the ones that are provoking the responses being used against them, or if they're the ones promoting a lot of the stereotypes that end up resulting in the actions or way in which they are perceived or handled. So that's my thoughts. I want to know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel. This is Bruce the Boss Brooks, and I'm out. Peace.